Hi, my name is Nicholas. Welcome to this week's Yin Practice. As far as props for today, I would suggest having one hard block and one soft block nearby. And when you're ready, we'll get started in dangling pose, so a forward fold, a standing forward fold. So you can make your way there any way you like, and you might choose to bring your hard block nearby as well. So setting the feet to a comfortable distance apart, you could have them together, you could explore taking them further apart. And then maybe with a gentle bend to the knees here, let the spine start to get really heavy. And see what this feels like. If it causes pressure in the low back, you might explore being in more of a halfway lift shape, maybe with your block for support or anything in between the two. You could have the legs fully extended here if you like, focusing more on the back of the spine. You could have more of a bend to the knees. So feel free to play around a little bit for this first bit and see what you settle into, see what that feels like in your body. We're always looking for a pain-free expression. So if you end up somewhere that feels like there's pinching or something sharp, electric, especially in the spine and the pelvis, then listen to that and gently back out. As you settle into your shape, sometimes finding a little movement, especially if there's kind of a spot that feels a little sticky, sometimes you can work through that. But when you feel ready, come and find your stillness. And from your dangling position, you can use the support of the hands. Come and find a halfway lift. And pause here for a moment. Maybe wiggle the hips a little bit side to side. You can alternate bending one knee, then the other. Awesome. As you feel ready, any way you like, and come and find a seat. We'll extend the legs out in front, give them a little swish side to side, a little tap of the backs of the knees. And then if you're using a soft block, come and sit off of the edge of it. Awesome. So we'll keep the left leg extended forward. Bring the right foot to the inside of the left leg for a half butterfly. You might choose to support that right knee, especially if it's hovering. And chest is facing towards that left leg. And we'll set up here for a fold. And for starters, if it's better for you to stay upright, you're welcome to do that as well. If you're coming to the fold, then chin in towards the chest and start to round from the upper back, mid back, then into the lower back. And see where you end up. The hands can come along for support and see what the feeling feels like. You're always welcome to back out if things feel too intense. You can use your breath as a guide, looking for smooth inhales and exhales. If they get a little choppy, maybe you need to modify your shape. With the support of the hands, with an inhale breath, slowly start to unravel the spine, lifting yourself back up. Pause for a moment, maybe give the shoulders a little wiggle. You can lean back on the hands a little bit, puff the chest for a counter stretch. Awesome. And then if you have props, you can remove them and use the support of the hands to swing the left leg around until the left heel is kind of behind you. So setting up for deer pose, you might need to adjust your stance a little bit, sometimes called 90-90. So you could have right thigh parallel to the right edge of the mat, right shin towards the top, and then mirrored on the other side. And you can also walk the feet in a little bit closer, which is what I'm going to do for today. And if you find yourself leaning heavily to one side, you might choose to support that side. It might be the right with your soft block. And check in with the knees as well. Sometimes the knees will feel uncomfortable, especially if you're working with a hard floor, in which case maybe slide a blanket or something underneath. And we're going to take this back towards a fold. So fold kind of directly in front of yourself, maybe just in from that right knee. If there's a different place that feels better, then of course you can go for that as well. So starting to walk the hands forward as you hinge your way down, and then see where you end up. Mindful of the body, and if the forehead needs some support, you can use a prop. If you come in and things feel pinchy, then again, you could back out. You could modify where you're folded. And once you find your shape, see if you can find your stillness. Be in the experience, be with your breath. And to come out, use the support of the hands and slowly make your way back up. You might lean to the right a little bit with the support of the arms. Bring that left leg back in front and stepping the left foot down just in front of the left ankle. And here, if it feels like you're rolling back, then you might choose to sit up off of one of your props. A setting for a twist so the left hand can come behind you. The right arm can connect to the left elbow any way you like, so on either side. And turning your chest over towards the left, find a place that feels appropriate. And if you like to get the neck into it as well, maybe the gaze is over that left shoulder. Notice if either shoulder is starting to shrug up, and see if you can find a little softness there as well. And slowly unraveling back to center, and then we'll take a counter twist over to the opposite side. When you're ready, coming back to midline, releasing both legs, and give them a little bit of a shake side to side, windshield wiper or tap. And when you're ready, we'll set up, starting with a one-legged fold. So you can keep the right leg extended forward this time, bend the left knee, left foot to the inside of the right leg, maybe a prop for the knee. And take a moment to see what this feels like in your body. The option to stay upright, or if you're coming with me to the fold, chin towards the chest, start from the upper back, mid back, lower back, and the hands for support wherever you need them. And find your shape, find your breath. With the support of the hands, slowly unraveling the spine. And coming up, pausing for a moment if you want to release the shoulders, maybe release the chest as well. And then if you have some props, you can remove them, and you can use the arm to bring that right leg around. And again, choose how you want to set up. Do you want to have your right ankles here? Do you want to have the heels a little closer to the body? And mirror whatever you did on the first side. If you find yourself listing towards the left, then again, you can support that side as well. And see where you want to fold from, mirror whatever you did on the first side. So I'm going straight to center. And with the support of the hands, you can start to fold over that left leg. Supported by the hands, slowly start to lift yourself back up. Using the right hand to bring the right leg around, stepping the right foot down in front of the left ankle. And you might choose to sit up off of something. Setting yourself for your twist here, bring the right hand behind you, left hand can connect to the left knee, left hand to the right knee any way you like. Find that length in the spine, and twist as much as you like, and you're welcome to add the neck twist as well. With an inhale breath, unraveling to center, take your counter twist. And then coming back to center, releasing both your legs. If you're on a prop, you can move that out of the way. And take the feet a little wider, give yourself a good windshield wiper side to side. Awesome. And then we'll take a counter pose here. So set the feet down to the floor and bring the hands behind you. For reverse tabletop, you can find a placement for the hands that works best. So fingers can point towards the heels, out to the side, or out behind you. So you can see what the shoulder is like here as well. When pressing the hands down to the floor with an inhale breath, or lift from the center of the chest, find a full front body stretch here for the torso. And you can stay right here, or the next time you inhale, press the hands and feet to the floor. Think about lifting the pelvis up as well. Chin can stay tucked, head could go back if that's okay for the neck. Whatever you're choosing, make sure you're still breathing and keep the pelvis lifted as high as you can. Last couple deep breaths. All right, slowly lower the pelvis down to the floor, and then we'll lower all the way down onto the back. And once you touch down, you can extend the legs long down the mat, you can extend the arms up the mat, and then walk both your feet towards the bottom right. You can walk both your hands towards the top right until you're in a crescent moon shape here. And keep that left side of the pelvis heavy to the floor so you can target that left body side stretch. And if you like a little more sensation, maybe you can cross the left wrist over the right and maybe the left ankle over the right. Uncross wrists and ankles, walk everything back to center. And then over to the opposite side, feet towards the bottom left, hands towards the top left. The right side of the pelvis stays heavy, and you're welcome to cross ankles and wrists if you like. Find that stretch with the whole right side of the body. And slowly bring the arms back to center and the legs. Releasing the arms down by your sides. Taking a moment to get comfortable on your back. If you need to adjust anything with the body, if you like to untie your hair, or if you have anything restrictive on wrists or any rings or anything like that, you might choose to take them off. And find a comfortable spot for the arms and for the legs. Add in any support that you need for the head or anywhere else. And give yourself a little movement to get nice and cozy. And when you're ready, find your stillness, find your Shavasana. gently deepen your breath. Find a little movement for the hands and for the feet. When you're ready, collect the knees into the chest, wrap the arms around them, and give yourself a hug and a squeeze. Rock side to side, front and back. Maybe some circles with the low back, one direction, then the other. Awesome. And then roll down to one side, whichever you have the most room on, and take a pause for a breath or two. And supported by the hands coming up to find any comfortable seated position. And take a moment to settle in whatever's touching the floor. Find some length in the spine, soften anything you don't need. And pause here and take a scan through the body just to notice what everything feels like. And perhaps collecting the hands at the heart, bowing the chin towards the chest. Thank you for sharing your practice today. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for Yin practice today, and my name is Nicholas. If you have any questions, please reach out, and have a great evening.